What's going on, folks? I'm JD.
And I'm Erica.
And welcome back to Ellis Life. So today we are at the Museum of Puppetry in Atlanta, Georgia.
Road tripping.
Yes. I had to get the heck out of Orlando. We're actually here for a show tonight and figured while in town, why not check this place out? We've seen a lot of pictures from a lot of our friends and we want to see it firsthand. So let's get inside.
All right, we have found the entrance to the Center for Puppetry Arts. Very excited. So when you walk in, you get your tickets over here, and they've got this cool little photo op right here. We've got our museum tickets. They are timed, so you do have to get them in advance. And if you're not a member, they are $16 a piece. You're though? I'm very excited. So we're gonna do the global collection first. For puppets globally.
Global Puppetry.
Oh wow. I just want to give, sorry I'm not talking. It's such a neat room, and we kind of have it all to ourselves, which is really nice. Check these guys out. They're beautiful. I love this one. The little dragon and the knights. It's really cool. And we'll get to all these awesome puppets. So you can actually move the puppets. That's really cool. It's like our own little private puppet show. And they've got little things on the back side that you can move them with. That's so awesome. That's really neat. So these puppets here are 20th century puppets. They've got puppets from France and Germany. Wow. These are really crazy. These ones are early 1800s. Wow. That's really neat. I mean, people don't really think about how far back puppetry goes, and it goes back a ways.
These go all the way back to 1980. That's like, what, 41, almost 42 years ago?
That's the year I was born. Thanks for calling me old. But these guys are crazy. Look at her face.
It's amazing.
These are really cool. And these ones are massive too.
Yeah,
like these are
your size.
These are pretty tall.
All right. So this exhibit here are puppets that dance on water. When they say they dance on water, what they mean is that there is a screen that actually hides the performers. This is done during the rice harvest celebration in Vietnam. So you can see behind where the performers would be.
The puppeteers.
Or the puppeteers. And their actions would then be seen in the front by the puppets that would then look like they're dancing on water. For more information, stop your screen here. And to give you a better idea of just how big they are, there's one up top. That's really cool. And if you want to see it in action, there's a blank screen and water splashing. Oh, there they go. Pretty cool.
This one is really cool. It's a little creepy because of all of the faces, but this goes through the tales of Rama and Sita. The creator of this puppet here is unknown.
Ravana.
But it's, I mean, I love this puppet.
Yeah, it says Ravana, the king of Lanka, kidnaps the princess Sita. He can be identified by his multiple heads.
Ah, his heads are... This is a really cool puppet.
Yeah, it is.
So the Puppet Theater has tons of interactive exhibits, like this one here. where you can actually control the shadow puppets.
This one's broken, but this one still works.
That's pretty cool. And they have various things throughout the theater that you can actually do that with, which makes for a fun and interactive exhibit. There's so much here. So this section is a lot of Japanese and Chinese puppetry. These guys right here, cool. They go all the way back to the 80s.
Minotaur, taste the beast.
I love the Minotaur. He's really awesome. What do my eyes behold? Is that Crow and Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater? What? I love Mystery Science Theater. These are awesome. So they've got some cool modern puppets. Wow, you guys. Tim Burton from The Corpse Bride. They've got Victor and The Corpse Bride. These are beautiful. So now we're heading into the Jim Henson section. There he is, the man himself. Jim Henson. Look at that smile. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get in there. All right, so as you walk in, you're treated to an old school TV with the rabbit ears. I remember those from when I was a kid. They've also got a little bit of history about Jim Henson and how he got his start in puppetry and when he first introduced the Muppets. They actually have a puppet here that was created by Jane Henson called the Little Girl. I love her. She's delightfully creepy, although I'm sure she wasn't meant to be. She definitely is. And they've got some more information here about... Yes, Ralph, check him out. I love him. He's adorable. They've also got information about other performers and puppeteers here. So they've got info on Ralph the Dog, Jerry Joel, Frank Oz, and Don Salm. Wow. As you turn the corner, there's an article about Jim Henson and riding his wave of success in Washington and D.C. They moved to New York. And here's a replica of his office.
I'm not sure if it's a replica. I think some of that's actually his stuff.
They've got all kinds of personal pictures. Jim with his parents, his wife, his daughter, his father, his sons. This is really cool.
You see one of the beetle creatures back there from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
What's really interesting is see the minerals.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Wonder if his own personal crystals gave him some kind of inspiration for the Dark Crystal.
Maybe.
Please, please, please.
This is beautiful. And they've got his words, which is insane. And they've got some of the smaller figures there on his bookshelf. And then over here, I love the stained glass portrait of Bert and Ernie and the puppeteers beneath him. That's really cool. They've also got an animation stand here. And then here's what some of their storyboarding might have looked like. And they've got some letters written out. Some of the puppets. Wow, is that Gordo? This is really cool.
Wow. That's a big puppet.
That is a giant puppet. Look at this guy.
That looks like a praying mantis.
It does. This is his office exhibit. It's really cool. Wow. Swing back around and see what else we can find. Look at the joy on that face right there. Where are we going, JD?
Workshop exhibit for Henson. This looks so cool.
Wow.
Welcome to my childhood.
They've got some behind the scenes photos. It's a little hard to see because of the glare. We can see the puppeteers. Wow.
Looks like an early idea. It says the Southern Colonel, but he kind of looks like Uncle Traveling Matt.
He kind of does. Check out the camel. He's so cool. And they've got fur scraps and boning and costume shoes. Look at little costume shoes. There is so much in this room.
It's crazy to think with the camel how many people it would have taken to actually operate this. Because you'd have that body, you'd have the mouth, you'd have the eye movements and the brows.
And the head movements. Wow.
That's awesome. I see a familiar face. Why does he have teeth?
Is the teeth weirding you out?
It's because it's Brad.
It's Brad. It does look like Bert from Bert and Ernie, but it's not. It's Brad.
It's evil Bert.
Sherlock Hemlock. And there's Bertha. Wow. And they've got more behind the scenes here of them actually creating the puppets. Some of the measuring tape. Oh wow, they've got some of the patterns. The puppet hand. The thumb for the larger puppet hand. Wow. So they take you through the first stage here, all the way through construction. Flocking, all kinds of things. And the eyes must have a point of focus to bring the characters to life. Wow. Slightly crossed eyes play great on camera. Puppet focuses on the lens and the viewer. And the last step is adding those eyeballs. And here they've got some of the strings. Wow. And they've also got old school sewing machine. It's a Singer for you sewing machine fans.
Just see all the fur up top?
Oh wow.
There's a bunch of stuff up top. Those are giant rolls of fur. I wonder how many Muppets you could make with that.
That's a lot of fur. And all the spools of thread. Wow. Ralph Robin. A little nut tree, that's awesome. Wow, Fozzie and Morty. Look at this guy. There's so much fur. And they've got a pilot here. Wow. Wow, so check this out. So here's some video from the actual shop. And then putting the puppets together. Yes. Nothing to... Wow, this is really cool. So here's what they would have done constructing the actual puppets. The molds that they had to make. That's really cool. I love that they have that video that shows you the creation of puppets. Like this guy, King Kosh Posh. Wow. And again, there's some more storyboarding. There's puppet parts hanging out of the boxes up here. And then over here, they've got some more pieces. I love this exhibit. I love that they have all of the inner workings and the puppets and how they created them, from patterns to all of the fur that they used to creating the bodies. Some of the sewing kits, they must have used some old scissors, some eyeballs. Here they've got some more pieces. This is a really cool exhibit. What you looking at? You guys, look. He's adorable. The dog puppets performed in the Storyteller. I know. And you can actually open, they've got some of the drawers here you can open. It says pull. Go ahead. What's in there? Oh, nice. Whoops.
Glasses, eyeballs, which are of course ping pong balls, ears.
More puppet parts.
Oh yeah.
What about this one? There's another one that you can pull. Again, I love how interactive these exhibits are.
So here's the eyes, just a little more
more refined.
Yeah.
Some
Noses.
hands.
I think we might have a puppet serial killer on our hands.
Oh.
A lot of body parts. Where's Puppet Dahmer?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't look at you. You know, we have a lot of fun playing with the characters when we're developing a puppet. And we have here a Southern Colonel type character that he's worked similar to Ralph and some of our other characters. He's a two-person puppet. And in this one, I'm working the left hand and the head, and I'm working the right hand. Is that so? I've never really figured that out before. Son of a gun. Anyhow, what we're going to do is we have some features here, some eyes, nose, and so forth. Well, you took off my beard. And we're going to just play with these different features and rearrange them and see if we can come up with several different characters in the course of the next few minutes.
Is that embarrassed by this?
Yes, very much so.
You must feel silly having to stand in front of people.
Yes, it usually doesn't happen this way. There. Hair.
You have no hair yet.
There we go. That's right. Already I'm young. See, I could be a rock and roll singer being young like this. Heard the Beatles' latest record? Oh, yes. Hair went right off there. Yes.
What's over there?
Sesame Street. Rubber ducky.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Wow. This is really cool. 50 years and counting. And here we've got Clementine and Fred, the Wobbler horse. Look at this. There's a JD. 1969. I believe that we can use television and film to be an influence for good, that we can help to shape the thoughts of children and adults in a positive way. That is a quote from Jim Henson. And what's this? Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch.
My spirit animal.
Look how
11 o'clock in the morning.
Big Bird is almost the size of JD.
Way bigger than I am. Like,
Wow. Big Bird is huge.
that's why it's called Big Bird, or he'd be Little Bird.
Carol Spinney. Jim Henson met Carol Spinney in 1969. Puppeteers of America Festival and invited him to appear on Sesame Street. For 50 years, he performed as Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, and some other characters. He became so adept at working Big Bird that he would even wear roller skates while gliding along the streets. He traveled to China and Japan and conducted the Boston Pops as Big Bird. And he won 4 Emmy Awards. Wow, the Library of Congress Living Legend Award was the subject of a documentary film called I Am Big Bird. We'll have to watch that. Wow.
Alright, so this looks like the set that could be used for Sesame Street. And as we go around, there's 2 little hand puppets and we see some legs underneath, but normally you wouldn't see that. If we looked through, as we were looking through the camera, we would see probably this kind of framing. Go back behind. Show me your both hand puppets. That looks like Kermit, and that's Kermit too. It's a Kermit. Oh no. Ah. We have a little bit of the on-set pictures, a little behind the scenes action. This one's really cool. And what you would actually have happening. That looks like a Fraggle Rock character. Going way back. Jim and his wife Jane shooting coffee commercials. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. We have the Muppet Show. Oh, so many good memories. Definitely have a lot of my childhood to Jim Henson and his amazing team and all their puppets. Alright, so we showed a little bit of this before, and now we're going to see What we look
on
like.
this side too.
That's really cool. So probably what the puppeteers would see, so they can make sure you're not seeing their arms or anything you're not supposed to when they're in frame.
It's insane to see the sizes of some of these puppets. They're about as tall, if not taller, than JD is. This is insane. They've got some of the dollies that they would use. Here's some more Muppets. Tales from Muppetland, the Muppets Musicians of Browman, as told by Kermit the Frog. I can't do his voice, or I would try. But that is one big Muppet right there. Oh my goodness. Now we're heading in to the Muppet Show. There's a sense of our characters caring for each other and having respect for each other. A positive feeling, a positive view of life, and that's a key to everything we do.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun, dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Scooter.
And
Phenomenon.
do 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 phenomenon. And some of our favorite Muppets from when we were kids. Scooter, Phenomena, Miss Kitty. Wow. Wow, check these guys out. The 7 deadly sins. Lust, avarice, vanity, oh, and sloth. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without pigs in space. These guys are some of my faves, but we're not done yet. Of course, there's Kermit giving directions as always. Wow. They've got some of the posters up from some of the Muppet films, the Muppet movies. There's Miss Piggy! Wow, and Mad Monty too. That's really cool. Oh yeah. This is pretty awesome, you guys. Sesame Street provided unprecedented exposure for Jim Henson's Muppets, but he still wanted to develop shows for a broader audience. Jim created two pilot specials, which ultimately led to the creation of The Muppet Show. Kermit's function on this show is very much like my own in that he's trying to hold together the group of crazies. I can understand that. Wow. There's still so much. We are not done yet, folks. Oh, they have Mayor Fox and Gretchen Fox. Wow. And Waldo.
Emmett Otter.
That's his rowboat.
Oh my gosh. Every Christmas.
This is a tradition in our house. We watch with some Emmett Otter.
Emmett Otter's Chuck Bean Christmas.
Wow.
And Tony's a big fan too.
Our friend Tony loves the Emmett Otter Christmas as well.
Oh, this is so awesome.
This is really, really cool. Now here's something I remember fondly as a kid. Now granted, I remember all of this fondly, but the Fraggles were one of my favorite things. Oh my goodness, from Uncle Traveling Matt, to Red, to Wimbley, to Sprocket the dog. This is awesome. Dance your cares away, save your worries for another day. Let the music play down at Fraggle Rock. They've got all kinds of stuff from Fraggle Rock. They've even got the Dozers. I love the Dozers. They're so cute.
I so badly as a kid wanted to try eating the little crystals they make it out of because it looks so delicious.
It looked pretty tasty. And they've also got Sprocket. How could you not have Sprocket? Look at him and the face.
It's so good.
He's amazing, you guys.
Give him a big hug.
This really is a great exhibit. If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, make sure you stop in here.
Georgia, get up here. Check this out.
Yeah, this is awesome. But we're not done yet. There's a couple of more things that I'm really excited to show you guys next.
The crystal
All right, so now we've come to the dark crystal section. JD is a big fan. I love the puppetry. I love the aesthetics. But I'm not a huge fan of it.
I'm a huge fan. This was part of my childhood.
I do
This
understand
is
the love,
amazing.
though. But
this is the
check
crystal
this
chamber.
out.
This is where they had Trial by Stone.
That's a beautiful model. And if just to pull it back to show you guys, this is really, really awesome. And I apologize for the screaming children in the background.
Those are not ours.
They're not ours. Wow. Agira, this is really pretty. I'm trying to get her without the glare. But look at all the detail in her costume. She is gorgeous.
There it is right here.
And then they've got a little bit about the Dark Crystal you can read. They have a video that you can watch too, which is awesome. And then over here,
He created a whole world with this. It was so awesome.
he really did. So here's the crystal bat. They've also got the Skeksis head. So this is like Skexod and the controllers for his head. Wow. And here's the Yuxi's transitional head. These are really cool. They've also got Kira's costume from what's been dubbed as the Yoda collection. I love it. It's so pretty. And there, now we've got a better view. She's gorgeous. So this is one of my favorite sections, the labyrinth. Now, they've shown some videos where you can see some of the puppets and some of the actors being moved around. They're singing Dance the Magic Dance right now. I absolutely love this. They've got some of the creatures from the labyrinth. Wow. This is really cool. So here's the other side view of the 4 guards in the labyrinth. I love these guys. These are really great looking. And then it wouldn't be complete without the talking head knocker. Oh, I wish you could.
He had it in his mouth. So he had to take it out of his mouth.
Yep, so that he could talk. That was really awesome. And then down here they have like a small model of the labyrinth. And they have the definition as well. So Labyrinth is a maze that has a system of paths or tunnels in which it is easy to get lost. In the film Labyrinth, the protagonist, Sarah, has to journey through one of these complex mazes to rescue her baby brother from the Goblin King. If you've not seen Labyrinth, it is one of my favorite movies.
Spoiler, she does get some help from Hoggle.
I love Hoggle.
And the cannonball.
So this is a head cast of Hoggle. It's beautiful. Cannonball
So cool.
is really, really awesome. And then here they've got the Ludo and the fairy the fairy toy. Look at these.
Yeah, the fiery toy was the ones where they took their heads off. Don't lose your head.
Yes.
I believe where they popped the heads off.
Yep, and they would dance around and they would swap heads with each other.
And
And
then
then
the
of course they've got the worm.
You don't want to go that way. It'll lead you directly to the castle.
The worm is one of my absolute favorite characters from Labyrinth. But oh, it's such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, make sure you give it a watch.
Way overdue.
You're very much overdue. And bonus points, David Bowie is the Goblin King Jareth. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, get on that. And as we get ready to leave the Jim Henson section, there's that beautiful stained glass piece. And with these lovely parting words, please watch out for each other. Love and forgive everybody. It's a good life. Enjoy it. Jim. All right, gang, that's going to do it for our trip to the Museum of Puppetry.
That was so cool. I've seen my friends take pictures of this place for years. I have been dying to see this place. It's not huge. You can probably do it in about an hour, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, if you take your time.
You go through and you read everything that's inside of it. But if you were raised in the US in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, this place is going to bring back so many wonderful, happy memories. There's so much love and so much joy inside of that place. And the featured artist, Gigetto, was really cool too.
Yeah, that
I love
was a
interactive art.
fun part of the exhibit. We'll put that in as our little end of the video thing here. But that was really awesome. They do their featured artists, they do switch them out, but the Henson part of it was definitely my favorite.
Oh yeah.
It held my heart. fantastic exhibit. If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, make sure you stop by, visit the museum. Tickets were cheap, 16 bucks a pop.
That's not bad.
You do have to buy them online and reserve your time, which is worth it because it spaces the crowds out so you have time to get in and to really enjoy it. And if you can, hit it during a weekday.
Definitely. And when it's an Alice life, it's a Muppet life.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. There's your puppeteer.
These two. Ready? We want to get down a little bit.
All right, Puppet Master JD.
All right, let's check this out. You ready?
Go ahead.
This is cool. I love interactive exhibits like this. This is really neat.